Hey everybody, welcome to the Keto Mom page. Welcome to your 2 o'clock tasting and your keto tip. We're going to talk about a new flavor today. It's not like new, but it's new to you. And we are going to talk about intermittent fasting. What is it? How does it work? And why do you do it? And so as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? How is your day? My day is great. You should speak that, even if your day isn't the greatest, right? No, it's great. It is. We're done with school. We have 4 daughters. We homeschool by choice. And so for me, I feel like every single day is almost the same because we get up early, we work out, we read, we get our mindset right. For those of you who tune in the mornings, we go through a book, we talk about it. Right now we're creating a vision board and we're going to be diving into a new book in October. So my goal every morning is to get up and own my morning. Because if I own my morning, I own my day. If I own my morning, I'm more likely to choose better options and to choose better throughout my day. So if you need help on your mindset, if you need help just getting up and being motivated or inspired, join me in the mornings, usually between 7 and 7:30 Central. Now, if you're tuning in right now, I'd love to know where you're tuning in from and what did you have for lunch? I'd love to ask that. And if you continually watch these 2 o'clock lives, you will see other people post their lunches below. So get some ideas, right? So I'd love for you to share. And I also would love for you to scroll through and get some ideas for your own low carb or keto lunch. So what we're going to do is I'm going to shake up a packet of ketones. This one's called our Black Label Unleashed. So for those of you who just watch me talk about my mom fuel all the time, I drink something called Nat. This is basically the same thing, but it's amped up. It's got 30% more ketones and a little bit more caffeine. So it's a little bit stronger, basically the same, just a little bit stronger. So just so you're aware. Ketones, it's my mom fuel. It puts me in ketosis in under an hour. I've been drinking it 6 years. I love it, and I drink 1 or 2 a day. Comes in caffeine or caffeine-free. You shake it up in a shaker bottle. I like to use a straw with a cup because I love to drink out of a straw, and it's as easy as that. You put it in some water, you drink it under an hour, you're in ketosis in under an hour, and you have all of the benefits. This does not have your body make ketones. Your body can make them and you can drink them. So I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting. The question is this, as I'm shaking this up, and I'll tell you more about this in a little bit. If you want to know more about my mom fuel, post 5 in the comments, and we're going to chat back and forth about your goals, what you're looking for, all of those things. We're going to do it together. So if you want to know more, just post 5 down below. Now, intermittent fasting. The question is this. Who intermittent fasts? Like if you know what it is and you already do it, do you intermittent fast? And if you do you do it every day? How many days a week? So for me, if my goal was fat loss, I would be intermittent fasting probably every day. Maybe not on the weekends, just depends. I love breakfast. I don't love breakfast right away in the morning, but I usually will, depending on the workout, if it's a really hard workout, I will have a protein shake after I'm done working out. I love our protein. It's called Ketones. It's actually right here. So I drink this. I love breakfast, but I'll drink a protein. But anyways, I want to talk about intermittent fasting. Basically, so if you want to learn more about it, first of all, I'm not a doctor. So if you want to learn more from an actual doctor's perspective, or if you want to look at an expert's perspective, head on over to a search engine and just go the benefits of intermittent fasting, because you're going to see some more things that I can't talk about because I'm not a doctor. Fair enough. But what I can tell you is intermittent fasting is basically the easiest concept is you stop eating dinner. Like let's say I stop eating dinner tonight, or maybe around 7, latest 8 o'clock. I prefer 7, and I'm going to go 14, usually 16 hours. 16 hours to the next day. That should bring you to about lunchtime, right? And you're not going to eat in that time period. And so what it's going to do is it's going to help with fat loss. It's going to help. Some of you just want to get started. Like it's going to help you just get started, right? Some of you might be going, I'm not going to eat breakfast. Some of you don't even naturally eat breakfast anyways. But what do you mean? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Who do you think created that saying? Give you 2 seconds. Who do you think created the little saying, breakfast is the most important meal of the day? I'll give you a hint. These people have an entire aisle at the grocery store full of colorful boxes. A cereal company, silly. You think that if you eat a box of cereal in the morning, it's going to actually make your brain think well? That is silly, and we all were duped by it, right? Okay, we're not going to talk about cereal. You shouldn't eat cereal. Anyways, not for breakfast at least. So, tangent. Intermittent fasting, 16 hours. There's different ways you can fast, just so you know. I'm going to give you the basic, easiest. Most people do a 16-8. They fast for 16 hours from after supper till the next day lunch, right? And so they usually don't eat their lunch until 16 hours later. This is the question. What does it do? Helps with fat loss. So, I have a little visual for you. Look. So if you look below, I am a teacher to my children. It will help you with fat loss. It helps you with your skin, actually. You're not going to be eating all that sugary stuff in the morning. It actually helps your brain think and process better, because if you truly look at, I give the example of kids. A lot of you send your kids off to school, right? And if you pay attention to what they're eating in the morning, if they are consuming donuts or high carby foods, cereal, lots of sugar, juice, and they head off to school, I would challenge you, this would be so interesting, eat what your kids eat and then try to go to work and see how your brain focuses. Wouldn't that be interesting? Like, you're like, no way, I'm low carb. I don't think that kids have to be keto, but I do feel like food plays a big part in our children and how they learn and how they sit and how they focus. So if you don't think that's real, eat what your kids eat, then go to work and pay attention to how you feel, how you're thinking, your mood, and then you might go, oh my goodness, I should probably pay attention to what I'm feeding my kids before they go to school, right? Anyway, so it helps with the way that your brain focuses. It helps with one of the benefits online, because I'm not covering the doctor stuff. I'm not covering the medical reasons why to do intermittent fasting. You're going to have to go search that for yourself. Somebody said it saves money. Yeah, it does. You're not eating as much, right? And it's simple. You don't have to think about it. Now, here's the question that I get often. What can I drink? Can I drink anything during intermittent fasting periods? And so everybody has a yes and no answer. And it varies. The most basic answer that I've seen people say is, well, if it has calories, you can't drink it. You can't consume it if you're fasting. All you can have is water. That's answer number 1. Answer number 2 is, if it doesn't spike your insulin, if it doesn't raise any levels, if it's very, very low calorie. The phone is kicking me off. I don't know what's going on the internet, but guess what? I'm going to try to finish this live. So if you were tuning into the intermittent fasting conversation and it kicked me off. So if you're just watching this one, go to the last video and then come back to this one later. I don't know what happened. Awkward. My phone just went black. If it does it again, I probably need an update on my phone. So we were talking about, again, if you're watching this brand new, go back to the last video that I just did, which would be right before this one, and come back to this one after. So we were talking about different answers that people would give you of what you can drink during intermittent fasting times. So I'm going to give a minute, because I know that you guys are chatty today, way chattier than normal. I love it. Here's what the black label looks like. It's not out at the very moment, but hopefully it'll be out very soon. It looks kind of clear, but it's black. Can you see it? It's because it's got folic acid in it. I sound so smart. I don't know. Black stuff. It's good for you. It's ketones. Mom fuel. All right. For those of you who are tuning in, and I got booted off my last one, what would somebody drink during their intermittent fasting period? Everybody has a different answer. And rightfully so. People have different answers for different people's bodies, because remember, a ketogenic diet, a keto diet isn't a one-size-fits-all. Is not a one-size-fits-all. This is the flavor that I'm drinking. It's called Black Label. You cannot get this one at the moment. Hopefully very soon. It's got 30% more caffeine and ketones in it. But it's my mom fuel. I drink it every day. Just a little bit different. Same concept. So, intermittent fasting. People talk about, like, if somebody's goal is to really lose like I was listening to a doctor and she was like, listen, people that I need to lose 100 pounds, even 60, 70, 80 pounds, she's like, I have them intermittent fast and I have them only drink water and ketones during that fasting period, the intermittent fasting part. Because some people will go, can I have coffee? Can I have cream in my coffee? Does that break my fast? Can I have a broth? Again, everybody's different and everybody's goals are different. So for example, somebody like maybe they're maintaining, right? She said, one of the doctors said, if they're maintaining and their goal isn't to do if they've already got their fat loss and they wanted to add something like cream in their coffee, that's a clean, not like a sugary creamer. She goes, I'll let them do that, right? Because it sustains them longer. Or coconut oil in their coffee. Something to help them get through that whole morning till they reach that 16 hours. Some people have asked if you could have broth during your intermittent fasting. Which, by the way, we have a new broth flavor. Oh, look it. My camera's flipped around funny. Should we let you see this the normal way? Let me see if I can fix it. There, look. So we actually have this one available. It's called Everything Bagel. If you do our 60-hour keto reboot, if you do our 24-hour fast, if you like to have something like a broth during your fasting period, again, same concept. Some people would say, oh no, only water. And I'm going to say not everybody has to or can do that, because the point of it is something that would be like in the broth or the cream. For sure, the ketones help sustain your appetite, right? So you can actually make it to lunchtime or make it to the 16 hours or even longer. So don't think it's only a water for 16 hours. Everybody's different. Now, if your goal is a large amount of fat loss, then you're going to be a little bit more strict during that time frame until you eat your low carb or keto meals, right? And hear me on this. You do not go and eat the same amount of food that you like. You don't get to just go eat a whole bunch more because you didn't eat breakfast. It's not like, oh, it's okay, I can double my meal because I didn't get to eat breakfast. I'm intermittent fasting. Doesn't give you an excuse to eat more snacks, right? So, the question I asked was, do you intermittent fast and how often? So if I do, I like to drink protein a lot after my workout. So I don't do it often. I would say it's probably because, well, I didn't have a super hard workout, or probably 3 times a week, maybe. You don't have to intermittent fast every single day either. So again, everybody's different. The benefits that I said as a non-doctor was fat loss. It helps with your brain focus throughout the mornings. It saves you money and time. And it helps with your skin and fat loss, which I already said. So those are the things that I would say. Do some more research on it. What are the benefits of fasting? Just go look it up. There's lots of things that you can read and learn about. But I do know it's very, very helpful. So I would love to know if you intermittent fast. I'd love to know what your goals are. How's your day? I hope you're doing great. And again, I talked about my mom fuel earlier on the other video, but I drink this every day. I have for 6 years. Puts me in ketosis in under an hour. It's incredible. It helps with energy, focus, fat loss, better mood, better sleep, all of the things. It is a tool, not a magic pill. They taste great. And it's pretty incredible. So post 5 in the comments. You and I are going to chat. I'd love to know what your goals are. Otherwise, continue to tune in every single day for your 2 o'clock tasting and your keto tip. I'm always here to help. Reach out with any questions that you have, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.